Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Inept General, and I am going to bring you some custom battles from the upcoming DLC, The Shadow and the Blade. Thank you very much to Creative Assembly for allowing me to get a preview build of the DLC coming up. And we're going to take a look today at some Skaven units and some Skaven battles. So buckle up, guys. I've gone with two battles in this video. As you guys know me, I've gone for a bit of a narrative bent on these battles. The first one I'm going to call Belegar's Revenge, and the second one is Gelt's Folly. In the first battle, we will be going up against Belegar, looking for vengeance for his brother's murder that Snikt did. If you'd like to know a bit more about the Deathmaster Snikt and some of the other antics he's been up to, do check out my Snikt lore video popping up in the top right hand corner now. And for the second battle, we are going to do Gelt's Folly. The idea in my mind was that Balthasar Gelt is looking to get revenge on the Deathmaster for a wizard in the Celestial Order that Snikt has famously slaughtered. So those are the two battles, guys. There'll be shortcuts to the times down below in the description, but without further ado, let's get on with the first battle. And here we see the Deathmaster himself. A couple of fun idle animations there, tossing his weeping blades up into the sky. You wouldn't want to catch them on the sharp end. And we have the warp grinders in behind, raring to go, ready for a fight, ready to pierce some dwarven armor as the Deathmaster himself prepares for battle. So there's the Deathmaster. Let's move on a bit to have a look at the warp grinders a little bit closer. As you can see, some fun idle animations from them, really revved up. The guy's having a good time. And next to them are a couple of clan rats. And back here we have the Regiment of Renown Poisoned Wind Mortar, the one that does airburst. And we'll get a chance to see that in this battle. We have a couple of the triads there in the background. And over here we have the Sorcerer. We just went over there. Some more Poisoned Wind Mortars. Storm Vermin, just to fill out some numbers, looking good in their black Clan Eshin vestiture there. And here are some more of the triads. I think this might be the Regiment of Renown version. I'm not entirely sure on that, just on this video. And they are looking good. Again, raring to go. And we have some Death Runners here as well, looking to get round the flanks with their stalk ability once the dwarves come in at us, as they are preparing across the other side of the battlefield. There's a formation, a couple of slingers, a couple of gutter runners up front to try and slow down the enemy with some poisoned missiles. Really trying to stick to that Clan Eshin theme with these gutter runners here and the slingers. Looking pretty vicious, all clad in their black. On the other wing, we have a matched up unit, but here we have the Regiment of Renown Death Runners with their yellow hoods. Not very subtle, but they look quite distinctive on the battlefield compared to the normal ones. So they have the armor-piercing ability, and they're pretty savage, with a dodge ability as well, if I remember correctly, for what they're going to have. So that is the army we have. Let's prepare to have a look at what Belegar has on the other side. And so here's Belegar coming up the battlefield, his short little legs, some hammerers you'll see there, some dwarven warriors, some miners, some rangers, including the Regiment of Renowned Rangers there as well, coming at us. Didn't give them artillery because really wanted the dwarves to come in our direction to try and show off some of the Poisoned Wind Mortars. And here they are, some miners as well, just to provide some chaff for the dwarven army. But here come the airburst. Whoa, devastating. It's a great effect. It looks fantastic in the battle, just as those big glass balls shatter all the small little ones descending on these poor dwarves. And I believe they have armor piercing as well, if I remember correctly. So doing all kinds of damage. You see the regular Poisoned Wind Mortar shells, Poisoned Wind Mortar shells going down there. And here are our grinders getting ready, and we are going to show off one of the new spells. I believe this one is Veil of Shadows, a very large area of effect, you'll see that, and that stops everything in its tracks. So just being able to hold down those hammerers while the Poisoned Wind Mortars just start hammering down on them with their airbursts, pulling in a lot of other stuff there as well. So really a very useful spell, not doing any direct damage to the enemy, but just holding them in place really effectively over a large area of effect there. So I think that will play a lot of sort of room in the meta. Here we have the triads coming in along with the Death Runners on those rangers on the flank. As the first dwarves approach, we see the Death Lord going straight after Belegar. Hits him first hit, a bit of damage there. Belegar giving himself a bit of a boost as he goes against the Death Master. The two of them facing off, and here's one of the Death Master's ability. I think it's Whirling Blades, and it just does devastating damage to a regiment of dwarves there. That was a full health regiment of dwarven warriors. That one ability went off, and look at them run off now, just due to his Whirling Blades. Absolutely devastating a regiment of dwarves. Now the front line has sort of come into contact. A lot of action on the flanks. We actually did a lot of damage to some of our own units here with the Deathwind Mortar as it was firing down on those rangers. But it's gone back to the hammerers now, just to try and finish them off before they ever get to the battle line. As Snick there got into a little bit of trouble, and he's using one of his other abilities just to freeze Belegar in place. As he runs away and maybe waits for Belegar's abilities to cool down before he goes back into combat with him. In the front line, the dwarves are holding okay-ish. The storm vermin there are doing well, as one might expect them to. These guys, the warp grinders, it has to be said, can be a little bit squishy. So you really want to put them in with another unit to support them, maybe some clan rats just to provide some extra bodies while they do their armor-piercing work. Because otherwise they can get pretty destroyed by some fairly low-tier units. So you have to be a bit careful how you use them. There are the triads in there as well, the storm vermin, as these two are facing off. Now that some of his abilities have gone away, Snick is doing a little bit better against Belegar as they face off. You killed my bloody brother, you stinking rat, as they face off against each other there. But that is it. Belegar runs. Got a good hit in there from the Death Master, and he is going to live up to his name as he chases down Belegar, finishing off the job he started on his brother, oh, those many years ago. And there is Belegar fallen, and that is effectively the battle over. So as the mortar shells come in, let's get some more just airburst shots as we bombard these fleeing dwarves, these poor beggars with their little legs not getting very far very fast, as the purple orbs of doom rain down upon them. Oh, and the regular ones as well there. Just devastating, those dwarven ranks. Well, on that note, guys, let's hop across to the battle results screen and see how everyone did. So the Death Master himself not doing too badly there with 40-odd, but the standout winner has to be that Poisoned Wind Regiment of Renown Mortar. 200 plus. That really is effective. Everyone else did quite well. The Death Runners performing pretty well there. Yeah, so I think the lesson here is that move from the Death Master can be devastating if used in the right situation. The Whirling Blades and the Poisoned Wind Mortar is a pretty kick-ass unit as well. So, having looked at the battle results screen, guys, let's go across to the second battle featuring Balthasar Gelt. And here we have Balthasar Gelt, having heard rumor that the Death Master is hiding out in a forest within the Empire. He gathers his forces, looking to get revenge for the brutal slaying of Heinrich Friesen, the notable member of the Celestial Order. He's brought a Celestial Wizard along with him, along with some spearmen. Good on you there, lads. Some spearmen with shields, some swordsmen, and some special, I think these are the Midland swordsmen, the Sons of Ulrich. Some other spearmen with shields. I think this is the special unit from one of the provinces. Halberds, the special halberds from one of the provinces as well. The Sons of Sigmar, maybe? That's who they are. The archers. And the huntsman, oh no, sorry, the free militia and the crossbowmen there, ready to go against the Skaven horde. And here we have the Death Master hanging out in the woods, observing his enemy, sniffing the dirt, ready to go on this ambush. The foolish Gelt thinking he can come after the Death Master himself. A bit more of an Eshin-focused army this time. These are the Triads. We've got the Eshin Sorcerer again there, looking great, ready to do his magics. We've got some Gutter Runners here in the woods, having a fantastic time. And some Death Runners on the front edge there, ready to cut and slice all these filthy Umis. That's more Orc, really, isn't it? And here we have the Regiment of Renowned Death Runners, again making an appearance with their blades. We have the Regiment of Renowned Triads there as well. The Warp Grinders ready to go, raring to go as always. Another Regiment of Gutter Runners there, and some more Gutter Runners. These are the Sling ones there, I believe. So let's get on with this ambush, shall we? And here we go. The Deathmaster launches himself into the attack, going for those halberds and immediately getting off his whipping blades. Not doing as much damage as perhaps he did in the last battle, getting them in the flank rather than being right in the middle of them. As the Poison Wind Mortars piles on them, the Wizards getting in on this action, this thunderous start, and that is the Law of Stealth's damage-dealing Vortex spell. It stays in one place, but can do a great amount of damage as the Triads come in against some of these swordsmen. The Poison Wind Mortars raining death down upon both sides, really, there, as the Death Runners are doing their best to fight off these Empire troops. The Wizards are in there as well, Gelt getting off a couple of spells as we zoom over his head here. And here we see just the devastation those several attacks did. The mortar shells coming in, the Wizard doing his bit, and the Deathmaster with his whirling blades, just devastating 3 or 4 regiments there with that combined attack very quickly. As the Gutter Runners start to come in and sweep up the guys running away. We do have a unit of Jezzails back there just firing off to help back us up. And the Warp Grinders doing their bit there, just wearing down anyone's armor. Here's Gelt fighting off some of the Death Runners and the Celestial Wizard who breaks. The Deathmaster, I believe, is hiding somewhere in this melee as he comes for Gelt himself. But that is Gelt on the run, and there we see the Deathmaster appearing as if from nowhere as he chases down Gelt into the woods, as very quickly that ambush got out of hand and the Empire found itself really very, very vulnerable as Gelt flees through the woods for his life. One presumes armoring himself in molten metal, but he can only hold off the Deathmaster for so long as he flees on foot, with the Deathmaster giving very hot pursuit, not giving any ground. Oh, Belt takes a big slash to the side there, not very happy about it, as he continues to try to run away, and here comes the Deathmaster, not very happy with this cowardice behavior. Lovely forward roll animation there. And finally cuts down Gelt as he thinks about what he's done and wanders into the woods. Job well done. So let's take it to the battle results screen, shall we? So the Wizard did pretty well there with his spell early on. The Mortar doing well as well, the Regiment of Renowned one. One of those Death Runners getting over 100 kills, that's pretty good. And the Gutter Runners doing well, cleaning up, probably chasing after stuff is where they got most of their kills there. But all in all, that was a fun little battle. Gelt not getting the revenge he so sought. And the lesson for today is don't look for revenge from the Deathmaster. You'll be found very much wanting. And that's about it for the battles we can show you today, guys. Thanks, as always, for watching. I hope you enjoyed these. And I really hope to catch you on the next one, as there'll be more up-and-coming coverage of the DLC on the channel. So stay tuned, guys. All right, bye.